So 4.2 is solving multi-step equations, and we already went over some of this in 4.1. We're going to go more into depth with harder ones. Okay, so the same steps apply. So we have x minus 77 equals 12x. Okay, so since the like terms are the x and the 12x, and the 12x is already alone, I'm going to actually subtract x from both sides, and that will give us the negative 77, so like the normal number alone, and then we'll have 12x minus x. So I have negative 77 equals 12x minus x, I get 11x, and then we can simply just divide both sides by 11. Okay, I get x equals negative 7. Okay, and so for B, it was written, expand as much as you can. So let's do 4 times x, and then 4 times 18. So 4 times x is 4x, and 4 times 18 is 72. And then equals 2x, just as it is. So again, we have a number on this side, and we have an x on this side. So let's bring this 4x over. Okay, so we know that in order to bring the 4x over, we just have to subtract 4x. And this one goes away when we subtract 4x. So we're going to start skipping steps. Let's go 72 equals 2x minus 4x. I get 72 equals negative 2x because these are like terms. So you can do 2x minus 4x. And then, this is simple, just divide both sides by negative 2. And I get x equals negative 36. Okay, same idea for C. 2 times 4x, 2 times negative 3. 2 times 4x is 8x. 2 times negative 3 is negative 6. This time we have an x on both sides and a number on both sides. So I'm going to choose to put all the x's on the left and all the numbers on the right. So this 5x comes over to the left-hand side, and it turns into a negative 5x. Now this negative 6 comes to the right and turns into a positive 6. Oh, I forgot the x. So we have 8x minus 5x equals 6 plus 6. Okay, subtract these. 3x equals 12, and then just divide them out. I get x equals 4. Okay, again, with D, we have 1x on the left-hand side and 1x on the right, but then also a number on the left and a number on the right. So I'm going to move all the x's to the left-hand side. So we'll subtract 12x, and we have negative 1, so we'll add 1. Okay, so I get 7x minus 12x, and then I get negative 11 plus 1. So 7x minus 12x, I get negative 5x, and negative 11 plus 1, I get negative 10, and then simply divide both sides out, I get x equals negative 2. Okay. We have this equation, 2x squared minus 3x squared. You should be able to see right away that we can automatically, immediately simplify this equation, even just a little bit. So 2x squared minus 3x squared simplifies to negative x squared. Okay, now plus 7 equals 11x squared minus 5. Let's bring this positive 11x squared on this side, and it will become negative 11x squared. And let's bring this positive 7 to the right, and it will become negative 7. So in other words, we have negative x squared minus 11x squared equals negative 5 minus 7. Negative 1 minus 11, I get negative 12x squared. And negative 5 minus 7, again, I get negative 12. Divide out by negative 12, and I get x squared equals 1. So The opposite of the squared is the root. Okay? And remember from the last video, when we root, we actually get two answers. So our two answers are +1, -1. And this is the reason again. 1 times 1 equals 1. So we can root 1. That's good. But also -1 times -1 equals 1. So that also is an answer to root 1. So we actually have two solutions. Okay, and last one. Let's bring this 2x squared over, and let's bring this +8. That becomes -8. That becomes -2x squared. So we have -7x squared minus 2x squared equals -1 minus 8. Okay, I get -9x squared and -9. Divide out. X squared equals 1. Again, root the 1, and you get two answers, plus and minus 1.